And with the Kenya Rugby season suspended, that's of course due to the raging effects of the coronavirus crisis, most players have been forced to stay away from the game and the playing fields as a measure of curtailing the spread of the virus. Dan Sikuta is a Kenya Sevens player who moved back to his rural setting of Bungoma, where he has opted to help villagers adhere to measures directed by the Ministry of Health by providing them with much-needed face masks. Kelvin Kimaili tells us of his altruistic course and how he has been keeping fit during this off-season period.
On the 9th of April this year, the Kenya Rugby Union KRU became the first Kenyan sports federation to cancel its entire season due to the coronavirus crisis. The decision was overturned on Monday, with the season now suspended indefinitely. The unprecedented halting of the league, though impactful and disruptive at the same time, was a critical step by the KRU in ensuring the safety of players, officials, fans, and all that are involved in making a rugby match successful. Talking about players, Dan Sikuta is a Kenya Sevens flanker who took a further personal step to bring the fight against the virus closer home.
Niliamua kukuja kusaidia jamii yangu, especially penye nimezaliwa, penye nimetoka, niwalete mask.
The 28-year-old grew up in Maliki village in Bungoma County. With the full realization of the dire need for intervention among villagers in a place he spent the better part of his life, he opted to chip in the fight against the virus by donating 500 face masks to border operators and the business community.
Ukiangalia saa hii watu hawana ile uwezo ya kununua mask ama kununua sanitizers. Mimi nikaamua kuchukua kitu moja, ninunue mask niwalete nyumbani, kwa sababu mimi nakaa Kakamega, lakini nikakuja nyumbani kuwasaidia.
The Cabra Sugar player adds his voice to the growing call for personal and collective responsibility in avoiding social interactions in order to flatten the curve of infections.
Wakazi wetu wazingatie nidhamu ya serikali, wakae nyumbani, na ukikaa nyumbani hii ugonjwa itaenea kila bahali kwa sababu uko nyumbani.
As a player, 2020 was a big year for the Shujaa Sevens International, who had banked on taking part in his first and last Olympic Games. Sikuta suffered an injury in 2016 that kept him out of the team that represented Kenya in Rio. But once again, his wait will have to be longer than expected, with this year's Summer Games pushed until 2021 due to the global pandemic.
Hii mwaka nilikuwa nimesema hii ni Olympics yangu ya mwisho ya kucheza. Sasa hii tungekuwa tuko camp, tuna train for Olympics. Kwangu ni I'm disappointed as a player. Kini najua hii ugonjwa ikiisha, tuseme hii mwaka, next year ndaenda nicheze in Olympics.
Despite the challenges that have come up since the COVID-19 scourge cast a dark shadow in the country and the sports fraternity, Sikuta has had to commit himself to fighting any form of physical inactivity. He uses the available resources to train at least 3 times a week.
Saa hii tunazingatia nidhamu nyumbani, na kwa hiyo nidhamu unafanya mazoezi ukiwa nyumbani. Ufanye mazoezi ukiwa kiwanjani, unafanya nyumbani. Kama hapa nyumbani tuko na kiwanja kubwa, tunafanya mazoezi mzuri, mimi na ndugu yangu.
With almost every sector in the world coming down to a sudden stop due to the global coronavirus pandemic, it is certain that the sports fraternity has not been spared, as it remains one of the major victims. Kelvin Kimaili, Citizen TV.